In the 80s and 90s, Sharon, Lois, and Bram entertained millions of children with The Elephant Show on the CBC and in Nickelodeon here in the U.S., along with worldwide tours. One member of the group, Sharon Hampson, is now a children's author alongside her daughter, Randi Hampson. They're joining us now to explain how they're working to build a culture of reading in classrooms, and what a beautiful effort that is. Thanks for being here today to talk about that. First off, Sharon, I want to talk to you first about the 40th anniversary of The Elephant Show. You touched the lives of millions of children out there. What does that feel like? And how many of them come up to you on the street now and say, you were a part of my childhood?
Many of them.
Yeah.
And it's heartrending. It's gratifying, and knowing that we managed to help them bring music into their lives it's as good as it gets.
And to celebrate the anniversary, we're actually releasing a vinyl record of new songs called Elephant Showstoppers.
Very cool. And vinyl's making a comeback.
I know.
People love it so much. And now you've turned some of the biggest songs together into books. Where did that come from, and how did this happen?
Well, we have a wonderful bookstore in Toronto, and the owner of the store used to say, you really need to turn these books into books of song, songs into books of song. And eventually we were persuaded, and Randi took it on, and we took the books and the songs, and Randi made stories out of them.
How was that working with art from your mom and their group and making it your own?
Well,
I'm pushing her.
I've spent my whole life immersed in Sharon, Lois and Bram, and my dad was a really creative songwriter and composer, and he wrote a lot of stuff for them over the years. So for me to have the chance to try and create new life for the songs as stories was really fun.
You know, music and reading, they trigger so many good things in brains of children. I know that a big part of what you're doing here is it's not only the books and the reading, it's the musical component of it as well. And part of your message here is to try to make sure people keep those music programs in schools. Crucial,
absolutely crucial. And we're from Canada, and we have the same issues that I'm sure you have here, where cutting is happening with those programs, and it's short-sighted because there's a huge amount of learning. I mean, for all of our career, people reached out to us from the States before anybody knew us in the States, but they knew about our music, and the music was their vehicle for learning language, learning, you know, immigrants learning other languages, learning to read, which is why we're happy to be here to promote building a culture of reading in the classroom.
Yeah, it's culture too. I mean, you get to hear mariachi band, or you get to hear a Pkwy folk song, or you get to hear African drumming. So it's exposure, and when you have a book that's also a song, and you know the words already, you start to recognize them as you go through the pages.
Reading happens.
It really does, and I loved reading as a kid, and I'm rediscovering it as an adult, so beautiful that you're sharing that message. You have a big event. We're almost out of time. Can you tell people about what you have going on this Saturday?
We're participating in an event called Building a Culture of Reading in the Classroom. It's at the Mira, Mesa Barnes & Nobles from 12 to 2 on Saturday. We're sharing a panel discussion with Brady Smith and Alyssa Schwartz, who are both wonderful children's authors, and we're really excited about it. And if you have time Saturday, come see us. Maybe we'll sing a little bit with you.
I love you too.
There you go. Barnes & Nobles in Mira Mesa. It sounds like it's going to be great, and thank you for what you're doing to build both the love of music and reading in our kids. It's great stuff.
Thanks for talking to us today.
Great. Thanks for being here.